Okay, so in the previous video, we have taken a look at how to form the equation of a circle given the center and the radius. So in this video, we'll be going through an example of the reverse process. So given equation, okay, what is the center and radius? Okay, so just a quick recap again. Okay, the equation of a circle, the standard form is given by x minus a square plus y minus b square equals to r square. Okay, so that means, okay, most of the time they won't give you the equation so nicely in this form. Okay, you will have to actually go to this form to find the center and radius. Okay, and if you look at example 14, which is what we are going to go through now, okay, each of them is not in this form. So the question now is, from this form of equation here, how do we go about into this form? So let's take a look at part A itself. Okay, so we have x square plus y square plus 8x minus 2y plus 13 equals to 0. Okay, so you will need to actually, you realize that each of them is what we call a perfect square. So what you will need to do, okay, for today's lesson will be to complete the square. Okay, for x and for y. So you should realize that the first term here, there's only x, second term only y, and here is only numbers. So that's what you're going to do first. So the first step, okay, is to isolate all the x to one side. So I have x squared plus 8x, and isolate all the y squared to one side, y squared minus 2y, and then bring the 13 over to the right hand side. So subtract 13 from both sides, I have negative 13. So this will be the first thing, and then you bracket the x, the terms with x, the terms with y together. Okay, so this will be the very first thing that you will need to do. Okay, so the second thing will be, so this is your first step. The second step will be to complete the square for this and complete the square for this. So complete the square. Okay, so just a quick recap, we will be using this particular uh, a square plus 2ab plus b square, this particular algebraic identity, to help us complete the square. Okay, so in this case, my a will always be x or y square. So what I will need to do will be, I need to express this in this form, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So I will have x square plus 2ab. So b, your a will be x. So b will be 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Which means that to complete the square, I will need to add 4 square over here. Okay. Now, if we add 4 square on the left hand side, okay, on the right hand side, we will also need to add 4 square over here, because of the fact that I need to balance the equation. Okay, and then do the same thing for y. So y square plus 2 bracket y, and then basically this is minus 2y, right? So I will have negative 1. In fact, actually, because it's minus 2y, okay, I will not be using this one. I'll be using this particular formula also. So same thing, a square minus 2ab plus b square equals to a minus b square. Okay, so over here, I will change this into minus. So 2 times 1 will get 2. So I'll have b equals to 1 over here, then plus 1 square. And since I add 1 square over here, I also need to add 1 square over here. Okay, so once you are done, you can easily complete the square. So the first one, my a is x, then my b is 4. So I will have x plus 4, the whole thing square, plus here my a is y, my b is 1. So here will be y minus 1 the whole thing square equals to, simplify this number, so 4 square is 16 minus 13 is 3 plus 1 4. Okay, and then I need to express this in this particular form itself, this form. So what I will do is I will just change this to x minus negative 4 square plus y minus 1 square equals to 2 square. So what I will get will be center, which is a comma b, negative 4 comma negative 1. Radius will be simply 2 units. Okay, so a very quick recap once again. The very first thing that I will need to do will be to separate out the x's, separate out the y's, and numbers or constants all on the right hand side. Okay, after that you will need to complete the square. Step 2, complete the square for x, complete the square for y. Okay, how to complete the square? We will always use this algebraic identity, this special algebraic identity. Okay, and then just ensure that if you add on the left hand side, you will also have to add the same number on the right hand side so that your equation remains balanced. Once you are done with that, you will complete the square, and then after that, the last thing to do is to express it in the standard form of the equation of a circle, and then finally answer the question by telling me what is the center and what is the radius. Okay, so I will stop here for part A. For part B and part C, you guys will try it on your own, and then when you come back from in term 4, sorry, in term 3 week 4, okay, we will select 2 random people to present their answer on the whiteboard. Okay, just a quick hint. Okay, for part B, you realize that because it's x square over here, okay, so if I complete the square, it will simply be x plus 0 the whole thing square, or rather x minus 0 the whole thing square. So that means my center will definitely be 0 comma some number for y. Then you have to do this, you have to, oh sorry, scrap that, it's not x, okay, it's y that's alone. So your y square will be equals to y minus 0 square. So sorry, okay, let's just correct this first. Why can't I erase? Okay, never mind. Okay, so it should be y square equals to y minus 0 square. So whatever the x value is, okay, the y coordinate will be 0 over here for part B. Okay, so sorry for the mistake. Okay, and then for part C, you realize that my x and y has a coefficient 2. So before you even do anything, okay, because if you look at the standard form for equation of circle, there is no coefficient for x and y. The coefficient for x and y is, sorry, the coefficient for x square and y square will be 1. So what you need to do for part C, a very simple hint, okay, for part C itself, you will need to divide by 2 throughout. Okay, so this should help you do part B and part C lah. Okay, so again, all the best. I will see you on Monday, and we will select 2 random students to present their answers on the whiteboard. All right.